Today, the presidents of the Supreme Court and Congress criticized the threats made by South African billionaire Elon Musk. Justice Alexandra de Moraes of the Federal Supreme Court has requested an investigation into billionaire Elon Musk. Hey there, a bombshell dropped in Brazil this weekend. Political news saw an unprecedented clash between billionaire Elon Musk, owner of social network X, formerly Twitter and Tesla, SpaceX and Starlink, and Minister Alexandre de Moraes, reporter of the controversial fake news and digital militias inquiry in the Supreme Court, our well-known STF. Comment below if you found out about this and what your opinion is. Was Elon Musk right, or did he cross the line? For those who aren't up to date, last Saturday the entrepreneur posed a question on X, which used to be Twitter. He questioned why Minister Alexandre de Moraes imposes so much censorship in Brazil. Musk's query came as a response to a January 11th tweet in which Moraes was congratulating former Minister Ricardo Lewandowski on his new role as Minister of Justice and Public Security. On Saturday, Musk made a series of criticisms about the judge on X and even threatened to shut down X's offices in Brazil. In the words of Elon Musk, he mentioned that soon X will disclose all that is demanded by Alexandre de Moraes and how these requests break Brazilian law. This judge has outrageously and repeatedly violated the constitution and the Brazilian people. Should he step down or be impeached? Disgraceful, Alexander, disgraceful, end quote. Wow, look at this, I don't even know what I'm saying. Oh, it's Elon Musk. Before this onslaught, the billionaire had already written about his intent to lift the restrictions put forth by the Brazilian judiciary on several profiles on the network. He also accused Moraes of censoring the platform, claiming the Supreme Court practiced aggressive censorship in the country, seemingly violating the law and the Brazilian people's will. And with all that fuel, the discussion gained traction. Musk's comment came amidst accusations by an American journalist against the Supreme Court. We then have another episode where a journalist alleged Brazil is suppressing freedom of expression. It's worth noting that in recent years, several people investigated by the Supreme Court had their old Twitter profiles blocked, including YouTuber Monarch, as well as bloggers and businessmen like Luciano Hang, known to everyone here. Near the elections, he had all his social media blocked, losing millions of followers. We also have blogger Alan dos Santos and former Congressman Daniel Silveira. I'm not here to judge, but what many are saying is that it seems only people on a certain side of politics are being blocked, while on the other side, the far left, not a single person is. And the posts, mind you, are quite provocative. As a reason, the Brazilian justice system says they used the platforms for irregular activities. In an institutional message, the latter stated they were compelled by court decisions to block certain popular accounts in Brazil. In the company's own words, quote, "We don't know the reasons why these blocking orders were issued. We don't know which posts are said to have broken the law. We're prohibited from saying which court or judge issued the order or in what context. We're prohibited from announcing which accounts have been impacted. We're threatened with daily fines if we don't obey the order," close quote. Because of this and other decisions, Elon Musk threatened to shut down the company's office in Brazil, even if it hurts profits. In addition, the billionaire thinks that Moraes and the judiciary, generally speaking, are promoting censorship with requests that violate Brazilian law. Elon Musk is making an important point, stating that the Brazilian justice system is going against its own laws. The Twitter owner also mentioned that the company doesn't understand why the accounts were blocked and which of them actually broke the law. On Sunday, Musk even compared Moraes to Darth Vader from Star Wars, which led the minister to determine that same night that Musk's conduct be investigated. Now, Elon Musk is under investigation, and Moraes also included him among those investigated in the inquiry into the so-called digital militias. which examines alleged online actions to disseminate false information. To complicate the situation further, the minister ordered that RediX comply with all orders of the Brazilian courts. After Musk complained, the minister responded by saying that he was wrong and would still have to pay the price. If Musk reactivates any account that was blocked by the Brazilian courts, as Musk himself threatened, a fine of 100,000 reais will be applied for each reactivated profile. Just imagine if Musk decides to reactivate 15 accounts, the cost will be only $1,500,000. According to the Supreme Court Justice, there are indications that Musk may be obstructing justice. However, an article published by the 360 portal points out that there may be legal errors in Moraes' decision, according to an expert. The expert explained that in order to constitute incitement to crime, there must be a direct link between the statement of one person and the crime committed by another. Thus, according to this view, there would be no crime in Elon Musk's statements. Some analysts question how Musk, who doesn't even live in Brazil, could be effectively investigated. In addition, according to Oeste magazine, Anatel, the national telecommunications agency, would be prepared to remove X from the air at Moraes' request. The president of Anatel would have already communicated to the main telephone operators in the country to be alert about 30 minutes after mentioning Moraes Musk. Responded to a comment on his own X profile and wrote that, quote, "This judge imposed huge fines, threatened to arrest our employees, and block access to X in Brazil. As a result, we'll likely lose all revenues in Brazil and have to close our office there. But principles are more important than profit," he says. Anatel's warning seems to be a sign that things are heating up. If the court decides to prohibit the use of X in Brazil, the operators will block access immediately. Then we'll have to access it by VPN, right? For the moment, Anatel is waiting for a court order to act, but from what we can tell, the situation has calmed down. After Sunday's chaos, everyone expected X to be taken off the air, which didn't happen. Moraes then opened the investigation against Musk, or rather included him in an already existing investigation. Now it's up to us to figure out what will happen from here on out. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments. I'd love to talk about the video topics. If you enjoyed the video, like, share and subscribe. Up next are recommended videos that you'll want to check out. See you in the next video. See you then.